What's up with this Hall of Fame? Is it just it's Paul Heyman, the headliner?
That's all I know about so far. Yeah.
I mean, there's only so many guys you can put in.
It stinks though. Are they gonna just ignore the Lesnar part? I'm curious of that.
Well, I did see something that Lesnar is back on the roster on the website as a free agent.
Okay, I think I saw that.
They had taken him off.
Yeah.
And then they put him back
after.
on.
Yeah,
According
okay.
to some of the trolls on Twitter. I don't even know if they took him off. I'm just believing people that got
definitely
so
hit him in the
worked
game.
up.
They hit him in the game. I know that.
Yeah, you can't play as him in the game, which is the dumbest fucking thing.
silly.
It's a video game
For a $120 game.
for an alleged situation.
Yeah.
Though we did see text messages.
Yeah.
Anyways, I know, like, I don't think, like, how can you put Paul Heyman in the Hall of Fame and avoid Brock Lesnar? I think he is going to induct him in.
I think that's the move. Just do it. Do it. That's the move.
Well, I wonder if Brock fires back with you can't fucking fire me. This isn't proven.
Yeah.
I think legally Brock could put up a fight because the lawsuit isn't necessarily about him. With Vince, there's just so much stuff. And he sold the company. Like, that's different. Brock has a contract.
Yeah.
And if there's any type of breach of that contract for something that hasn't been proven, Brock can put it, and I think that maybe is what's happening behind the scenes. Like, you motherfuckers can't do this to me.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to court. Let's see this.
Because even how...
Hey, and you know who doesn't want to go to court?
Yeah. The
WWE.
The new clean WWE.
TKO.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Brock Lesnar, who previously must have had a great relationship with everybody because he was UFC, he was WWE.
Yep.
He's a top guy for the longest time. I think that he probably said, you guys don't want to fucking do this.
No. And because I think there's a strong...
Until you can prove that. Fine, let's prove it.
Because I think there's a strong argument that he didn't do anything wrong and Vince still did something wrong, even in that whole situation involving Brock.
Yeah.
Because it seems like
Brock can play it off like, that my text
sent it to me.
He sent it to me. My texts are like jokes with him.
Yeah.
Here's some older texts where I joke with him, but I want no part of it. But he's my boss, so I'm just joking with him.
And he's Vince McMahon. He's like, I have to play ball with Vince McMahon. Guy scares the hell out of me.
Yeah. I think, and we said it, the Vince McMahon show that we did. Even with Vince, we said it. We said, hey, if you're going to burn it down, let's make sure we get it right.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. You would think that the one guy that would induct him, that would like give the, introduce him, is Brock Lesnar. I don't think they're going to have Roman Reigns do it because he's too involved in the storyline of the main event on both nights.
That's a great point too.
You can't
that's
then have him like be Mr. Nice Guy the night before. You just can't.
No, not him. No.
I don't even know if he's there.
Yeah.
Don't tell me there's no like kayfabe involved in that. Last year they had Dominic Mysterio and Mommy walk off the set while his father was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. It was great.
Good.
Who else would it be?
Well, Roman
CM Punk?
Yeah, CM Punk. Yeah. Not as good, but yeah.
It still wasn't long enough for me.
Yeah.
Wasn't long enough for me.
That might be what you have to do, though. That might be the safest play.
Punk?
It's still good enough.
He can talk.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be Brock. It's the elephant in the room. And, like, how do you want to address the elephant in the room? I'm just telling you, there's a reason why Brock was...
But if you don't have Brock, then there's less articles written about the Vince McMahon situation around WrestleMania. Do they want it to be quiet around WrestleMania? Because then you just go at CM Punk send him out in his sling and let him talk big, like as he's talented.
I think there's talk either way.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're getting in TKO's getting in a room.
Yeah.
Triple H is in a room with Paul Heyman. There's no doubt him and Paul Heyman sat down and talked about this. It's like, what the fuck are we going to do?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And Paul Heyman's probably like, Brock would be the guy if we don't have Brock involved. But again, let's step into the real world. The real world is these are allegations. It's easy to get rid of Vince McMahon. He sold the company. right?
Yep. All his stock, everything.
So they just, the text messages alone, just go away. You know, we're not going to bring you back. And they said it publicly in that media call. They said we don't talk to him. He's done. He's not coming back ever.
Yeah.
I still don't know that that's them going, he's guilty. I think they're just saying there's too much noise. You had Slim Jim back out of a sponsorship.
Yeah.
That's noise we don't need. Sorry. It's you sold there's more people involved now.
Yeah.
Under the old regime, they do the same song and dance where he steps away for a little bit and comes back. You know, when everything calms down. I mean, they could have very easily not put Paul Heyman in the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, you could do it next year. See, that's the one thing I wondered about too.
You could do it next year.
Yeah. Easily do it next year too.
And so
unless Paul Heyman's out for some reason, he has a day where he's retiring, which I don't believe. But
ultimately, and this was a long way to. We went around the block a couple times to get to the main point, but I did already say it. It's that I think Brock Lesnar I think we're going to see him again. Yeah. And the reason I think we're going to see him again is because that was a lawsuit. He was accused of something. We don't know how he's fighting back. And that's why I was like, before we let us play as Brock in the video game. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you want to burn it down? Let's make sure we get it right. Same thing with Vince. If he's guilty of that stuff and that lawsuit,
yeah, it's over.
Put him in jail and throw away the key. But let's make sure he is guilty of it. Like, is that to think that that's that crazy of a thought? Yeah. Is why the world is a shit show right now.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not that crazy of a thought. Let's make sure we get it right before we burn it down. And with Brock, I think it's probably like, maybe that wasn't. Maybe he's got some proof somewhere that his involvement wasn't exactly what that lawsuit made it out to be. And if you're the WWE, you also don't want, you're trying to dance around some stuff with that right now, especially in WrestleMania. I get what you're saying. If you bring them out, are you like...
Yeah, are you reigniting it? Because it feels like it has kind of gone a bit away, at least.
But I also think that if you don't bring them out...
Then you almost never can, right? If you don't bring them out right now and you do Heyman's... Can you never bring him out? I don't know. No,
I just think that people are going to talk about how he's missing from it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a topic. But also, if he's fighting things behind the scenes, if you're WWE or TKO, you're probably like, if this is getting out anyways, like if this is like going to be a thing at some point with Brock anyways, let's not have it in the courtroom with Brock, where it's going to get really sticky.
Yeah.
Let's have him back. Let's just have him back.
Yeah. And then we have to change it down the road. We change it down the road.
Yeah.
That might be the way to do it.
I don't know, though. I mean, I just think there's something to either...
The conversation...
Putting him on the roster on the website.
Yeah.
Whether they kept him on there or put him back, he's still on there.
Yeah.
So... They're usually pretty good at removing that stuff. Maybe it's WWE's like, it's not worth getting in a legal battle with Brock Lesnar right now.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe he didn't.
Clear
Maybe
cut.
he didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly.
And then if he didn't do anything wrong, and he's like, you can't fucking get. It's a breach of contract. Yeah. Let me back in. Then maybe this is how they do it. They have him do the Paul Heyman speech. People see a side of Brock that maybe they don't ever see. Right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's the best way to... Because think about it. That would be put away the noise that it would create for a minute. If you're going to bring Brock Lesnar back, are you going to bring him back like this animal, the beast incarnate? Or are you going to bring him back as nice guy Brock,
clean cut? Not clean cut, but
giving a nice speech.
Very presented correctly.
Or you're bringing him back here's Brock, he's beating the shit out of everybody. Crazy man. I don't know that that's the first way you want to reintroduce yourself.
I didn't even think of that, but you're right.
Reintroduce him to the world.